Hi everyone and welcome back to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB Super GT season round 2 from Kyoto Yamagiwa. This is race 1, the sprint race. Hi everyone and welcome back to LPB Racing for round 2 of the LPB Super GT Championship here on GT Sport. This is the sprint race from Kyoto Yamagiwa of round 2. Very high average speed circuit this one. We've got medium tyres in use as well for the sprint race, because that's how bad it is on tyres around here. The soft tyres would probably melt after about 8 laps, so that's going to make things even more interesting. A new compound, a new circuit to get used to, and in fast cars. Let's take a look at the grid for this one then. So we have Techno on pole position, a good pole position there for Techno after one shot qualifying. We've got Cyrex in second place there as well, right behind him. Intrepid in third, so Techno, so the team Denzo Cabelco taking first and third on the grid. Uncle is in fourth place, a good qualifying for him, and he's the highest driver with weight on the car. He's got 40 kilos on for fifth place in the championship. Seat 1 is fifth. He's actually fourth place in the championship, so just behind him. Good job by Seat 1 in qualifying. Firepower in sixth. We've got Stevie 7th. Blake is in 8th place in the Motul Ortec GTR. No, that's the only one that actually has the name on, because it's the actual default car branding. Red Bull is in 9th position there. Red Bull in 9th. In the Honda, we've got Jamo in 10th position there in the Zent Lexus. We have Rodders in 11th. We have Bradders in 12th. I should also point out as well, Jamo has actually got weight on in this, so Rodders weight free. Bradders in 12th. Neil Farmack 13th. He is on second place weight. Keith 14th. Bad qualifying for Keith. And then Bidster with maximum ballast at the back. So the weight having a massive effect this championship. These cars do not like having running weight on, and with the 200 kilo rule still in force, that is going to make some really interesting racing, because obviously now we actually run 100 kilos, but back when we did this championship it was on 100. We did a 200 kilos for maximum ballast. So then let's get on with the race then. So as you can see there, we've got all the cars ready to go here. The only other car that is missing is the second Zent car of Will. Unfortunately, Will couldn't make this one, so Jamo on his own for his team. So we'll see how we go in this one. So let's see how we get on in this race. The cars running from side to side. They will go straight in a moment. There they go, ready for the start. We zoom out so we can see the cars, and away we go here for the sprint race here at Kyoto Yamagiwa. So down towards this long first corner, everyone's still in line. The drama will probably start as we go through the left right section that you'll see in a moment. So Techno, Cyrex, still all the same order as we go through turn 1. Everyone getting a move on. Further back, Bidster with the weight on, not able to catch up. Neil Farmack goes wide at turn 1. Keith is already on the inside. Looks like we've already got his first pass, with Keith going down the inside of Neil Farmack and going trying to go through. He's on the outside of him. He's trying to go through, can't do it yet. And meanwhile, Seat 1 and Uncle having a nice little battle up ahead for fourth place. Seat 1 on the inside of Uncle in the Nissan. The Honda goes wide, and Seat 1's on the inside as they go plummeting down the hill. And then Uncle goes back through down to this very fast chicane. Stevie's in 6th place ahead of Firepower now. Firepower back one spot already as you go through the chicane. Accelerate out the corner. The car gets very twitchy on the way out there. Red Bull 9th, big gap to Rodders in 10th already. Jamo in 11th, so the cars with weight on going backwards rather rapidly into the hairpin at the bottom. Seat 1 having a little look in the blue Calsonic car on the back of the orange Autobax Honda, but couldn't quite make it stick and go through yet. But remember, these two are the highest runners with weight on. Uncle with 40 kilos on his car on the Honda, and Seat 1 in the Calsonic Nissan there with 80 kilos on in the Calsonic cars. He goes to the inside of Uncle, putting the car on the inside. There's a little bit of contact on the way out. Stevie has a massive twitch in the Honda as well. The Honda not the most stable car, but it is very good round the long fast corners. It's got some good overall grip as Uncle, and sorry guys, camera, there we are, as Uncle has to go down the inside as Seat 1 holds off Uncle on the outside, and now he's got a bit of a queue behind him. Firepower's overtook Stevie as well. Firepower's overtook Stevie, so it looks like Firepower in the craft sports car means business this season. All together through the left right. Reminds me of Maggots Beckett's and Chapel at Silverstone, as Firepower hits the wall and loses a whole chunk of places. All the way down the order he goes, and Blake goes a bit slower there as well after getting caught out. Red Bull makes up 2 places in one go, could even be a 3rd position, but he runs wide off the track, and that's not going to help Grip. We've got a car off further back as well. It's Brad as he's off in 12th place as Neil and Bids to go through, and Keith's at the back, so Keith not had a good start to this race at all. Back to the guys at the chicane then. So it is Uncle 5th, Stevie 6th, Red Bull, and then we've got Firepower and Blake alongside each other. Blake will have the inside line for the hairpin coming up. The red Motor Law Tech car hoping to take his teammate with him as well. Rodder sticks down the inside as well, trying to go for the 2 for 1, but I think Firepower's going to hold on the traction on the way out. Yes, he is. Firepower holds on to 9th place, so he's not lost 2 places just yet, and he's trying to fight back now on the back of Blake, but has a massive slide, and that'll help Rodders up the hill. Rodders will be able to go on the inside into the last corner, and he's going to try and get through on the inside, and I think he's done it. Yes, he has. From Firepower go for a cut back and get some more speed, but Rodders is in the draft though, so Firepower will probably find himself going behind, and he does. Stevie and Uncle and everyone else now, all the Hondas together. It's a Honda party for the positions up there, as Blake was on the inside of Uncle, making no friends there as he goes on the inside, and a little bit of contact on the inside, but gets through. Red Bull tucks in front of his teammate, so Red Bull, remember, the lighter of the Hondas, because Uncle has got weight on. So the 2 Autobacks cars swap places as you go down towards the long left-hander. Stevie slows down, and there's a massive concertina effect as they all chain together and hit each other. But look at Rodders, he goes round the outside of the lot of them. Rodders goes round the outside of the lot of them there. Incredible for Rodders, and now the 2 Motor Law Tech cars mean business again, because we've got Blakeney 6th, Rodders 7th from near the back of the grid, so good job by Rodders so far. Meanwhile, near the back we've got Bidster and Neil having a battle further back, but remember, they are heavy in this race. They've got Bidster's on 200 kilos, Neil is on 160 kilos extra, so that's going to be a bit of a hard one to handle. Meanwhile, Uncle defends the inside from Firepower and Jamo on the move as well, so the weight not looking like it's going to help much people. In fact, it's going to really change and chop up this championship as well, because you win a race and you're going to really find it hard to even scrape some decent points. So it's going to mean that consistency is the ultimate key to this championship, which is well, consistency is the one thing that should be rewarded, really, because consistently up there, consistently getting the points in is what you're going to get. So it makes it harder for those that win all the time to try and actually get a win. They've got to work a bit harder for it. Blake and Stevie around the outside of each other then, as Cyrex takes the lead off Techno. Cyrex has taken the lead in the Craft Sports car from Techno. Techno goes down to 2nd place, looking to try and fight back. Meanwhile, further back, Stevie, Blake and Red Bull all together. Red Bull holds off Rodders, and in fact, Red Bull splits up the 2 Motor Law Tech cars. So now Rodders going down the inside of Red Bull into the left-hander, having a look down the inside and goes through. Red Bull hold the outside line in the Honda, because he'll have good grip on the outside. Tries to hold on, but Rodders and Blake hold each other up. Rodder and Red Bull might have a way through here, down to the chicane. Braking hard into the left-hander, and Rodders sticks it up the inside. He's not afraid to get his elbows out. There he is. Bang, bang, bang. And there we go, a bit of contact, but then Rodders goes through on Red Bull. Yellow flag ahead, something's happened ahead. I think Techno's had an off. He's back down in 4th place now from battling with Cyrex. Cyrex is now on his own. We've got Intrepid in 2nd place. Seat 1 is now in 3rd, and we've got Techno down in 4th. So the Denzo Cabelco car of Techno goes down. So unlucky for him. Red Bull's been in the wall at the exit of the penultimate corner. So the penultimate corner, very tricky indeed, especially if you hop the curbs too much, and that's what it can do to you. Meanwhile, further back we've got Jamo. They're in 11th. Bids is up to 12th. He's ahead of Neil Farmack now, and Brad is just closing up to the both of them as well, and Keith, as the weight starts affecting the 2 guys there, Bidster and Neil. Down the straight we go, back to the battles ahead. There's Blake, Stevie and Rodders, not necessarily in that order. And we've got Red Bull with Uncle and Firepower in 10th place. Jamo's on the back of this train as well, but can't quite do too much with the 3rd place weight. He can't quite make amends, but he's doing a lot better than Bidster and Neil are though. So Bidster's trying to do as best he can, so is Neil. Bradders and Keith on the back of them now. So we've got battles everywhere. It's just about where to look, as we don't know where to look. Because meanwhile, Techno's past seat 1. Techno's back into a podium place now, so the 2 Denzo Cabelco cars back on the podium place. But can seat 1 fight back in the Calsonic Nissan? He's on the inside of Techno, but can't quite make it far enough along the inside to hold it. So Techno holds 3rd. Back to Stevie and the rest. Stevie 5th place in the Raybrigg Honda. The Honda not looking like the best car in this championship so far, but after what we saw at Fuji, but Stevie then looking like he's getting the hang of it slowly. He's in 5th place with the 2 Motorlotech Nissans right behind him. One mistake and you'll see him being passed by both of them. There's Red Bull in 8th place, and we've got Uncle in 9th, Firepower in 10th, Jamo 11th. Oh, I was catching the curb, Jamo there. Very, very sideways for Jamo there. Obviously the sole Zent Lexus in this race. After Will couldn't make this one, unfortunately, due to the connection troubles. Bidster's still 12th. Neil Farmack looks like he's going to lose a place to Bradders, his teammate. Looks like Bradders might go through here on Neil Farmack. He's swapping sides. Or he's going to stay behind him. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do here. Will Bradders have a look down the inside? Now he backs off and lets Neil take his position. But Bradders is visually quick around the corners. And now he goes to the inside of his teammate and takes the place. And hopefully now he might be able to pull himself. Or he might be able to pull Neil up to Bidster. But they both go side by side and hold each other up. That's not going to help both cars there. As Bradders goes wide out the corner and Keith has nowhere to go. Neil Farmack ends up putting him towards the wall. But again, Keith just got caught out by the speed loss there of the 2 Lexuses in front of him. Bradders with the penalty there. Rodders and Stevie together into the corner and into the chicane at the bottom, and Stevie holds on, but he's really under pressure now from these cars. And now Red Bull is joining in, and the Motul cars have got the the Autobacks Honda to worry about now. As Blake was down the inside of his teammate, he's fed up of Rodders trying to get past Stevie. He says, right, if you don't get a move on, I'm having a go myself. But then out the corner, Rodders gets a good run out the corner, and that doesn't help both drivers. So they're just going to end up tripping each other up if they keep doing that. So they're going to have to try and work together. There's Uncle in 9th, Firepower and Jamo still the same order for them where they are. And meanwhile further back as well we've got Neil Farmack, Bradders and Keith. But Bradders is in 13th place now. He should pull away from his teammate with the extra weight on that Neil is carrying. Back to the front, Techno is back in 2nd place. He's past seat 1 and Intrepid, so he's past seat 1 as well. So he's now, Intrepid's actually gone down to 4th, so seats past him. So it's all happening now as you go down towards the long left-hander. We'll get the replays in the first half in a moment. But Intrepid then round the left-hander, and he can't quite keep with the car in front. So just while we get a little break, we'll now go to the replays of the first half. Here's the replays of the first half of the race. Here's the first of the replays then on board with Stevie. Watch this. You see Firepower goes a bit slower through there and he hits him and sort of gives him a bit more speed, and the understeer kicks in and Firepower goes off. So just a little racing incident there. There's a bit of contact between Blake and Stevie as well, and Red Bull manages to get round the outside of the Nissan. Here's a replay of something that happened to Bradders. So you can see here he's getting a good run on Jamo here. He's going round the outside. He's on the position to the outside, and then we go around the corner. He just carries too much speed and hits the grass, and once he hits the grass he is mowing that lawn and dinting that wall, and then he eventually gets going. He's trying to be mindful of the other cars coming back through, which is good of him, and then he rejoins but back in 14th. Okay, here's a replay on that. 3 of our Sarex took the lead off Techno. You see he gets on the inside into turn 1. Techno tries to hold it around the outside. He's trying to hold it, he's doing his best, but Sarex gets the traction out the corner and just hold the inside line short way around and takes the lead. Now here's a replay of some action on lap 3. Watching here on board with Rodders, going up to the long left-hander. Watch this, we go into the corner. You see ahead the cars slow down, and then Blake hits Stevie. Red Bull has nowhere to go, hits Blake, and Rodders just goes round the outside, and Uncle runs, Firepower runs into the back of Uncle, and it all sort of concatenates together. And now here's a replay on board with Blake to see from his point of view what happened with Stevie. So you can see here we're approaching Stevie, got quite a big gap so in front. Then watch here, he's going to the corner. Stevie brakes very, very hard, and Blake can't really go anywhere. Then it causes a massive concertina effect. Some positions get changed, so Stevie there braking a little bit too early and just causing a bit of a pile up there, so he needs to watch out. And now here's a replay of what happened to Techno then on lap 4. This is how he lost 2nd place and went all the way down to 4th. So watch this as we go into the corner. Just brakes too late, almost hits the back of Cyrex and then spins himself out of the hairpin. Luckily the car doesn't go all the way around. Half spin and then gets going just behind Intrepid and Seek. Here's a replay of how Techno made up the first of his positions to try and get back up the field. So here he goes. out of the long left-hander, bit of contact with Seat 1 as he comes out the corner, but then down the hill alongside him, and it's just ahead into the braking zone, and a beautiful move there, almost runs it in too deep, but luckily Seat 1 can't get past, and Techno is going to now defend up the hill, and Seat 1's going to try and get alongside him again. When we go up towards the hairpin, Techno keeps his foot in it, brakes hard on the outside, but then holds on to his place. Now here's a replay of how Techno took second place off his teammate, but then something else happened as well that didn't help. So here we go down the straight, he's drafting down the straight, doesn't look like he's too close, but then we go to the first corner, and all of a sudden, boom, he's down the inside. Intrepid goes very, very, very wide and loses third place to the Calsonic Nissan of Seek. So Intrepid there, either going wide or just getting spooked by his teammate. And now back to the racing action. And as you come back from the replays, we are 3 wide. Rodders, Blake, Stevie, in fact 4 wide, because Red Bull sticks his nose in there as well, and Blake goes off, and now the cars behind him have to react to this as Uncle goes through, but not quite sure what happened there, but I think one of the cars got caught out, and Blake and Red Bull make contact, but Blake goes through, Red Bull carries on, so one of the Autotech cars there getting caught out, but now the Autobacks Honda of Red Bull on the back of Rodders and Stevie. Stevie's got a right train behind him now. Blake defending from Uncle, or trying to get back past him, should I say, as they go out the corner and Uncle pulls alongside, but Blake will have the inside line for the first bit of the right-hander. And he'll hold on to 8th place, but he's going to have to try and get himself back in that battle now, but he's gone wide, he's flustered, he's gone wide, he's lost momentum. Uncle goes round the outside, Firepower will have a go as well, but no, Blake says 1 is enough. I'm not having 2 past me, 1 will do. As we go out the corner, we've got a car off further back, that's Keith. He's having a miserable race in this Honda, not enjoying this car at all, Keith here, so we'll see how he gets on, but not looking good for Keith in this round of the championship. Rodders and Stevie around the outside. Stevie trying to hold on to Rodders around the outside as he do, and he does. Rodders I think Rodders put the car down the inside, and Stevie just held on the outside. Have that, sunshine. That's the grip I've got in this car. So there we go. Look at the noise of the cars as well. The noise spectacular. Only a 4-cylinder turbo, but absolutely producing loads of power. 600 horsepower. Just over 600 horsepower out of all these cars, and Rodders goes round the outside of Stevie there. Good move from the Nissan, and that sets up Red Bull for a move on his fellow Honda guy, but obviously they're not teammates because they're in different colour cars, but same make, both Hondas, but Red Bull now goes ahead into 6th place, Stevie down to 7th. Stevie's not got weight on, by the way. I think he's just struggling, starting to struggle with tyres now as he dives down the inside of Red Bull. Have that, Red Bull. I bet Red Bull did not see that coming as Stevie has a massive twitch on the way out. Red Bull will now go to the outside. Stevie will hold on with the inside for the right-hander, and Red Bull will probably have to wait and see what he can do, but Stevie runs it a bit wide out the corner, sliding the car slightly as Firepower hits the grass there and loses momentum, as everyone now together down the inside, blatantly looking down the inside of both Hondas now, everyone closing up. Uncle gets past Red Bull gets passed by Blake as well. It's all happening here at Kyoto. It's incredible, I can't keep up with it. As we go down towards the first corner then, we've got Red Bull on the inside, blatantly trying to just give Uncle a little bit of a move on, and it actually helps him get past his teammate there as Firepower and Jamo now attach themselves onto the back of this train. Amazing race this so far. We're already on lap 9 of 14. It's flown by this race as Blake loses momentum there, and Firepower is having to defend from Jamo, but remember, Jamo Jamo and Uncle in this battle are the ones with weight on. Jamo with 120 kilos on his car, Uncle with only 40 kilos on his car. Down to the chicane. Everyone nicely through there. We've got Red Bull a little bit wide through the corner. Blatantly catching the curb on the outside, and Firepower going very wide out the corner as well. Back to the battle for the lead then. Techno has caught back up to Cyrex, a 1:26.1. That is almost equal to his qualifying time. Incredible time for Techno there as we go through the right-hander, and there we go onto the straight, and now Cyrex has got a job in hand because he's got to try and keep Techno off, and Techno is looking very fast here. Still seat 1 in 3rd in the Calsonic Nissan. Intrepid losing touch in 4th. Then we've got this battle. Rodders, Stevie, Uncle, Red Bull, Jamo is ahead of Firepower now, and Blake's gone down to 11th as Blake looks to get past Firepower on the exit of the last corner. side by side over the line. If that was a photo finish, that would be one hell of a photo finish. But Firepower trying to hold on to the inside line as Blake tries to go around the outside, but Firepower holds on, holding his own here, but he goes wide. Blake will have a look down the inside if he's not careful. Now Firepower pulls in and holds on to 10th place. Back to the leaders. Tyre wear looking a bit more tyres looking a bit more worn on the front of Cyrex's car here. Remember, it's only us that can see this, and also Cyrex has used a bit more fuel in this, so his car will be a little bit lighter, but let's see how things go. No change yet. Meanwhile, I think Jamo's just gone wide and he's lost time to Firepower, and Firepower moves out to the left, has a little look and just trying to put some pressure on Jamo now. But in doing that, he runs himself wide and leaves himself open to attack from the motor car of Blake, who goes to the outside. The inside for this little kink, but the outside for the main hairpin that's coming up in a minute. Oh, well, that doesn't faze him, he just goes around the outside of him. Brilliant move there from Blake, and Firepower gets well and truly owned with that, but Firepower will hopefully try and keep on the back of this group as they go down to the penultimate corner. Pop the curb over the top. Meanwhile, we've got Bidster and Bradders together as well. Bidster trying to hold off Bradders as we've got a spinner ahead. Oh, Red Bull's gone round in the Honda. Red Bull's gone round in the Honda. Round he goes, and that's not going to help his tyre wear and everything, but Red Bull rejoins. It should be just behind Bradders, and that's took him down to 13th place. Again, we'll get that in the replays at the end for you. Further up, Stevie's gone down to 10th now, so Stevie's starting to feel the effects. I think the tyres are going on the back of that Honda. So not good for the Honda of Stevie. Look at Uncle. Let's look at Uncle's tyres compared to Stevie, and yeah, Stevie's are a lot worse than Uncle. So Stevie's starting to struggle with tyre wear now, and I think that's what keeps struggling with from the start. Bidster's in 11th, Bradders 12th, Red Bull 13th. Red Bull should theoretically be able to pass Bidster quite easily, but Bradders should be able to as well. But Red Bull looking on the inside, no way through there into the long left-hander, and Bidster very quite slow around there compared to most with all the weight on. Neil Farmack back in 14th, and Keith just having an awful race in 15th place. Hopefully better things to come for him in the next race or two. Meanwhile at the front, Cyrex is holding on to his lead, but if he goes wide like that, he'll not do it much longer. Goes very wide out of the last turn there, sliding the car. And Techno's tyre wear is a bit better as well, so we'll have to see how that affects things. And Techno's gone even faster, 126.0 on lap 9, and now we're on to lap 11. And they're both in the 27s as Techno's still a couple of tenths faster, looking down the inside, looking to try and find a gap, but Cyrex does not leave any kind of door open. And we know Cyrex can do a good defence, so we'll have to see if we can keep Techno back here. Quickly going to look back at the other battles as well. We've got Rodders and Uncle together. Then we've got everyone else going down the straight, but we'll focus on the battle for the lead for the moment. So Cyrex comes out to the top of the hill, and he's still in front. Techno looking down the inside. Cyrex not afraid, and he's holding his own. Remember, these two have both got no weight on the car, so they are completely weight free. They've got the normal weight in the car, the normal standard championship weight. Cyrex goes through there and he pulls away from Techno a bit there as well, so Techno a little bit hesitant into the chicane, and Cyrex pulls out that half second that he really needed to pull out. There's Seat 1 in third, he's pulling away from Intrepid now. Then we've got these two here, Rodders and Uncle. Rodders in 5th place, Uncle in 6th, having a nice little battle between them down to the chicane and out up the hill. Uncle gets a nice little run, but I don't think he'll be close enough to mount an attack into the next corner just yet. Bradders keep it defending from Red Bull as well. Bradders defending. Oh, got a car off ahead, and then we've got Stevie gone off. Stevie's gone off. Look at his rear right tyre. That is almost halfway down already. That's not looking good for race 2 with the tyre wear though, so you're going to have to watch out for that and see what you can do in the longer race. Because remember, if you have trouble in this race with tyre wear, the short race, the feature race is going to be an even harder story, because that's roughly around 28 laps. So that's going to be a massive job for them on the tyre front. So we'll have to see how people can cope with that. So we're on the penultimate lap of the race now. Cyrex is on the penultimate lap with Techno, and he's got him right behind him still. Techno looking out for a move. Cyrex defends the inside towards the long left-hander. Techno's not going to bother going for a move here, or is he going to... Oh, he's having a look down the inside. Oh, and there's contact between the two. Gives him a little push along. Techno was going for a little gap there, but that was not there really, so he got lucky to tap him on the back end and not actually on the rear left quarter panel, because that could have actually tipped his car round. So we've got to be careful there. As we go out the corner, Techno, look at that, look at the run that Techno gets through the chicane. And we now go down to the hairpin, or up to the hairpin, should I say, because it's actually a rise. And then braking into the hairpin. Cyrix goes a bit wide, Techno looking to try and get the car up the inside, but again, Techno runs it in deep as well, and Cyrix holds on for another few corners. He's got one more lap to keep him off. Still Seat 1 in third and Intrepid in fourth, and Rodders is still holding on to fifth from Uncle, but Uncle is putting him under pressure here in the Honda. Will he have a go into the hairpin here? He's going to have a go down the inside. There he goes on the inside. But Rodders just opens the door and just says, "Oh, just come in. It's fine. If you've got cake, you can enter." It's like, okay, that was a barn door that Rodders left there. But yeah, okay, Rodders just letting him go through unless he's got a plan to try and catch him before the end. But if it were myself, I wouldn't risk it myself. But Blake will see that as an opportunity now to try and catch his teammate. Because remember, at this part of the season, it's all about individual points. The team points come later in the season. So we'll have to see how that's going to affect things later on. So it's still, then we've still got Jamo and Firepower together for 8th and 9th place. Then we've got Bradders and Bidster together having a nice little battle for 11th place as well. Side by side at the last corner, Bradders should pull away here with having no weight on the car. But back to the leaders then, Cyrix and Techno on the last lap, down towards the chicane at the bottom of the hill, down the descent. Cyrix defends the inside, says if you're going around me, sunshine, you're going the long way. Cyrix defends, but it means he's slower up the hill, but Techno will try and stay right behind him in the draft. He'll try and pull out for an overtake if he can get it. He's going to the inside early, no, he's going to try and dummy him to the outside, no, goes back to the inside. Oh, which way are you going? Is he going to the hairpin? Cyrix defends the inside, keeping that door well and truly closed, and Techno just couldn't make up his mind which way he was going there. Oh, and that's ruined it for him. He's got on the power too early and he's swirled the back of the car, snakes around like it's on a damp track. That's not good, just putting the power down too early, and that should be home free for Cyrix. He's just got one more corner to manage, and then we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, back to the battle further back, Uncle, Rodders and Blakeney's starting to heat up as well. Uncle is ahead of Rodders still, but the two teammates look like they're going to be going to war. But Cyrix wins the opening, the first race at Kyoto. Well done to Cyrix. He wins the sprint race here at Kyoto Yamagiwa. Well done to Cyrix. Techno, well deserved second place after falling down to fourth and recovering. Seat 1 rounds off the podium for Calsonic Nissan. In third place, well done to him. Intrepid takes a well-deserved fourth as well. That'll be some good points in the bag for him. Uncle is going to be fifth. He's going to hold off Rodders and Blake. Fifth place for Uncle. Rodders in sixth. Blakeney seventh. Then we've got Jamo takes 8th place ahead of Firepower as well. So Firepower, good race in 9th place there. Bradders is going to hold off Bidster in 10th place. And we've got Uncle and Bidster side by side towards the line as well. And Red Bull's got him. The line, the weight of Bidster's car holds him back. And Red Bull takes 11th, Bidster 12th. Then we've got Stevie in 13th after having some tyre issues. Neil Farmack in 14th place. And Keith having an awful race in 15th. And unlucky for Keith there. So we will now go to the replays of the second half, followed by the results. Here are the replays of the second half of the race. Okay, now here is the first replay of the second half as we go down to the chicane on lap 7. Intrepid goes down the inside of seat 1 and regains back his podium slot with a fantastic move, textbook move down the inside. And now, remember the 3 wide as we came out from the replays? Here's Red Bull's view of that. So look, here we go into the corner. We're going to go down the inside in a moment. Let's have a look on the outside. Blake runs wide, then he comes back in to try and get on the inside, but doesn't realise that Red Bull is there and then takes himself off into the wall. Meanwhile, he's slow. Uncle sneaks through to 8th place and Blake is left down in 9th. Now here's just something you don't see every day. Bradders pulls a fantastic move on Bidster to take 12th place. Down the inside into the chicane, goes wheel to wheel with him and takes 12th place, and nothing Bidster can do about that. Here's a replay of something we missed on lap 9, so watch it down here, watch Blake's car as you go through the little chicane bit here. It just goes too hot on the grass, onto the wall, and as he rejoins, oh, he causes Jamo, he hits Jamo, but luckily Jamo gets away with it. Firepower just about gets around him as well. And wow, that was very close to something that could have been even worse. And now here's a replay on lap 10 of what happened to Red Bull for him to go back down the order. Through the chicane, and it doesn't look too bad, but he hits the grass and loses the back end and just loses the rear end on the grass. Round he goes. Luckily ends up facing roughly the right way. tries to get going, keeps to one side of the track so Bidster and Bradders can react, and rejoins down in 13th. And just as you see Red Bull's accident happening there in the background, this is what happened to Stevie another corner later. On the power, too early, round goes the back end, into the wall, and that is how Stevie lost a lot of time and a lot of positions, because look, he's trying to get going, the rear end still spinning, Jamo, Blake and Firepower go through. He tries to move across on Firepower, which is a bit naughty really, but Firepower luckily got the reactions and goes around Stevie. Here's a replay of something else that took Stevie to the back. And here we go through the chicane, looks alright, then gets on the power too early, round she goes, and ends up in the wall. There goes Bidster, there goes Bradders, there goes Red Bull, and Stevie finds himself near the back in 13th. Okay, here's a replay of some last lap action then, here we go, watching the whole last half of the last lap. Looking at Bidster, Stevie and Red Bull, it was a brilliant battle between all these guys as we come out of the long left-hander down towards the chicane. You'll see here that they close up to Bradders with the draft as we go down the corner. Bradders moves to defend just to make sure Stevie's not going to try any last-minute hurrahs. And speaking of hurrahs, there goes Red Bull on the inside and Stevie's like, whoa, where'd you come from? And there's contact between the two. It's a little bit on the way out the corner. Bidster's just biding his time, just waiting, just trying to see what's going to come to him. So meanwhile, Bradders is still ahead in 10th. We've got Red Bull 11th. There's now Stevie dives down the inside, but runs it way, way wide, spins the car around on power and gets too overexcited, and that's what you get for trying to dive bomb. And Bidster then is left behind Red Bull, but watch as you go through here, Bidster gets a killer run through the corner. Red Bull gets a bit twitchy on the way out a little bit as he catches the curve, and Bidster goes up the inside, and he's going to try and take 11th on the inside, but he knows he's got the weight penalty, he knows his car's not going to be as quick out the corner, and Red Bull then gets in the draft. And then we go on board with Bidster, we'll look alongside, and there goes Red Bull towards the line, and you'll see he's ahead, and that's how close it was. That was the replays of the second half, and now we move on to the results of race 1. So it is Cyrex who takes victory. Well done to Cyrex, just ahead of Techno in second place. We've got Seat 1 rounding off the podium in third for the Calsonic team, with Intrepid in fourth. We've got Uncle in fifth place, with Rodders finishing in sixth. Just ahead of Blakeney in 7th place. We're going right behind him. We have Jamo in 8th, if we just go over the page there. We've got Firepower in 9th. Bradders finishes down in 10th with Red Bull in 11th. Bidster in 12th with the weight on the car. Stevie in 13th in the Raybrig Honda. With Neil Farmack in 14th with his weight on, and Keith in 15th. Not a good race for him. Techno gets the fastest lap, a 1:26.0. And as we come back from that, your winner is Cyrex in the Craft Sports Nissan there. We're just going to look at him there. There's his car. Well done to Cyrex. A fantastic win for him there. Held off Techno. I know Techno made a mistake, but still Cyrex had to be there to win it. So well done to the Craft Sports team, and well done to Cyrex. A good victory there. And we will see you guys next time for the endurance race here from Kyoto Yamagiwa. We'll see you then. Take care. Thank you all for watching the first race from Kyoto there. We hope you all enjoyed that sprint race there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to follow this championship right to the very end. And next time it is going to be the second race, the endurance race from Kyoto, with more action-packed racing. We'll see you then.